What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Taking It Deep. Had a little hiatus last week. Some migraines, fun shit like that.
Can a hiatus be only 1 week?
I'm not sure.
Hungry for Hope has been on hiatus. I feel like we just took a week off.
You call it hiatus. I call it probation.
Too soon? I don't know.
Hiatus is a pause or gap in a sequence.
Okay.
There was a brief hiatus in the war with France. So.
There are longtime fans that are going, ooh, right now.
Yeah. Godfrey hit him with the probation comment. I got to feel if Donnie was listening, he would laugh at that, though.
He definitely would. He 100% would.
Yeah. I hope he's doing well. I wonder if
yes.
he's listening to Toxic Radio in there.
I hope he hasn't dropped the soap.
Oh, no. I think Donnie's a power top, if I had to guess. Jesus Christ. We're going down the rabbit hole. He's a bigger dude. I don't see many people overpowering Donnie. I'm just saying. I don't see it. But hopefully, listen, man, hopefully he's doing well.
We wish him all the best.
He has done a lot to turn his life around to the right, and he accepted his punishment like a man. So, hopefully, he keeps that path, and I mean, hopefully he's out soon, man. I'm hoping for him. Has it been a year yet?
Oh, feels like it has.
Right?
Feels like it has.
Yeah,
I think it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
No, it hasn't been a year. It hasn't been a year because my daughter was born and he was still in doing the show.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook is changing its notifications again, by the way.
Facebook can suck they're just horrible.
Like I got a notice, and that basically said, if you like the page and you have notifications on, it's gonna undo it.
Really?
Yeah, I took a picture of it. Here it is right here. Here's news subscription. Oh, so it says news subscription linking ending. So I guess for news subscription linking will no longer be supported as of February 6th. Your link subscriptions will be unliked from your Facebook account.
Their Facebook is, I mean, it's been for a long time, but it is on the outs. It is going downhill fast.
The crowd does not like Facebook, so yeah, glad to be back. We got a lot to talk about today. Do you like trains? Not in the Thomas the Train sense.
Oh.
I'm beginning a weight loss journey, and maybe I could become the anti-Tate or Taint.
Anti-Tate. Is that like
Yeah.
Tater?
Anti-Andrew Tate. You know,
Tater? Mater?
talk, we got our snack of the week. I'll give you a little preview of the snack
See,
of the week.
this is one of the downfalls of not being in our studio anymore. Is the snacks? I don't get to partake in the snacks.
I think you'll like this one too. This is the camera can focus
what
in
is this?
there.
The Sonic chili cheese
Coney Slim Jim, and it's the big one too. It's the thick boy.
Oh, you gotta
thick ass boy.
Who doesn't love the thick ass boy? Wait.
Yeah. Well, you know, I definitely know Mike that loves the thick ass boy. That's a thick ass boy.
Anytime I'm in like a 7-Eleven or like the truck, the gas station, convenience store, and they have those, you always see like the little tiny. It makes the regular Slim Jims like so tiny when you look at the thick ass boy, and you're like, you know what? I want that one. I want the big one.
Probably because you shouldn't eat the big one. And the thing about Slim Jims is, I want to know when they're going to stop making money off Macho Man Randy Savage. He's been dead for a while now. And they still got the Savage Slim Jim where it's like huge.
There are people that still go to Halloween parties dressed as Macho Man from the Slim Jim commercials. It is still an iconic thing. So
it's an all-timer. You know, one thing you can give him that over Hogan. I don't know if Hogan has an iconic commercial, but Randy Macho Man Savage does. You know, everybody, even if you're not a wrestler, you know him, you're like, well, is that the Slim Jim guy? Oh, yeah, brother.
Oh,
yeah, brother. I'm going to put cameras in the house and watch you while I'm gone. Oh, yeah, brother. That was him.
Don't do that.
He did that. That really young chick that he was dating, that was a WCW girl, found out that he was watching her. Like, this is like pre-like ring camera days, like where it was a lot easier. It was like
it was
wired
a lot easier.
camera. Yeah, a lot easier. Wired camera.
I remember those days.
Yeah, you had to. It was an elaborate wiring, and she found it, and then she didn't tell him when he did or found it, and didn't tell him that he did, and she just packed up and mysteriously left, and that was the end of that relationship. Because remember, he's a very paranoid man.
The good old toilet cam days.
The favorite story I like of him is when the Andre the Giant documentary, if you haven't seen it, is must-watch TV. I don't think you've seen it, Mike. It's on HBO.
Yeah.
You have. It's a really well-done documentary. And there's this one part in there where Andre didn't like Randy. He did not like Macho Man Randy Savage because he would go and be, no baby oil. He would be like, hey, Andre, how's the match going to go? No baby oil. He'd be in there playing cards. And then, so when he would slap him in the match, they said he would give him like, he'd be like, that's for Elizabeth. Bam, and just beat the shit out of him in the ring. Like, wrestling is scripted. Don't get it wrong. There's a lot of contact that is real. But when you're a man the size of Andre the Giant, he can literally have his way with you in the ring and just beat your ass. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I've been in the ring. I've wrestled, and I've been in the ring with those type of guys that are just not.
Is your wrestling really the same?
I hate you so much. Where those guys that we know that are going to just take over if you don't follow what is supposed to be done. I got kicked so hard in the side of my head one time. I saw stars because I screwed up a spot. So, yeah.
So wait, who screwed it up?
No, it was me. It was 100% me. And the next thing I know, the wrestler had got me in a position where I was kind of my arms. You know, we've all seen that position where kind of you're leaning outside of the ropes, you're on the ropes, kind of like right before what's his name does the 619, Rey Mysterio, where you're sitting like that, and he whispers at me, you know, stay there, stay put. So I stay there. This is after I mess up the spot. He gets to the other side of the corner, comes up, and just kicks me full force in the side of the head. I screwed up the spot. I almost broke his arm, and he wanted to let me know what had happened and what that is. If you are not into the wrestling biz, that is what is known as a receipt. If you mess up a spot and almost injure somebody or injure somebody else, they will give you a receipt. It's coming right back at you. But Andre didn't give a shit about receipts. If he didn't like you, he was going to mess you up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that. Like, he had to agree. He wasn't really telling anybody leading up to the famous WrestleMania 3 Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant match. You got to be a little bit older to remember that.
Uh-huh.
But, they weren't quite sure how that was going to go. And Andre passed the torch and on it went. So just interesting, really good documentary to watch. He's an interesting human being because of how big he was.
Right.
And they tell you how much he would drink and a lot of cool stories. But
Yeah.
with that being said, yeah, so that's part of our snack of the week, which will be coming up later. And we're going to give some, we're going to tune into Relationships 102. And
Oh man.
we're going to get some dating advice for the ladies
Ooh.
on the internet dating world. Yeah, that's right. We're going to let you ladies know what you shouldn't be doing if you don't want to scare the men's away.
Mm.
So, and, we'll talk about a whole bunch of other stuff. Weight loss journey of mine personally that's coming up, challenging myself. So you guys will be able to see me out there. But we're also going to talk about the Tennessee train. Have you heard about this?
I have
You know where
seen
I'm
some stories. I saw memes, then I saw TikTok, and I said, "What is going on here?" So I had to kind of Google the situation, and wow, yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I heard about this is she's getting dragged hard on social media.
Social
TikTok, like
media.
everything. Yeah. So Tennessee police fired after wild accusations of cop threesome on duty sexual escapade. Now, threesome is churching it up a little. I heard the full train was getting run here. Hence the like trains title of the show. Choo choo. So I don't know, man. I kind of feel bad for the girl because I feel like in the way the world runs, she's gonna have a hard time getting rehired, and those other guys are gonna find jobs. So, oh man, running the train. That's an aggressive train. Wow. So listen, I kept hearing it, and I just got drawn into this. So I talked to a friend of mine that works as a first responder, and you know, I mean, she's an equal opportunity employer. That's all I could say. Good for her. So, an investigation found that officers participated in a girls gone wild type parties, heavy drinking, and having sex. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you'll say to yourself, why does that matter if they're not working? Well, they were on duty when this happened.
Uh-huh.
So, 3 others were suspended without pay. So, this is why this matters. So, man, why is that cop really going off the handle? Well, I don't know. He just drank a handle at his girls gone wild party before he got called out because of you. You know what I mean? So they were fired. Update to the story after wild accusations of cop threesome. So Tennessee Police Department, blah blah blah, fired 5 officers and suspended 3 others after wild accusations of sexual escapades, including a girls gone wild style hot tub party. A female Laverne police officer who claimed to be in an open marriage, hey, good for her, was accused of sort behavior that included oral sex at headquarters and a menage a trois. The situation is unacceptable. This is a quote, not my feelings. And as soon as it was brought to our attention, it was immediately investigated. And action was taken upon the individuals involved. Mayor Jason Cole said in a statement provided to Fox News Digital. So I'm getting my source from Fox News and
Nice.
NBC. Our top priority moving forward will include rebuilding the public's trust. So let me ask you a question. If you found out that your local police force was having gangbangs, at your local police station, would you lose trust for them?
I don't know if I'd lose trust. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
You don't think you would lose trust?
How do you feel about sex in the workplace no matter what? Because it's a workplace. They're not doing anything quote unquote illegal.
Yo, bruh. What's up? Excuse me, sir. This is 911. I'm here for the gangbang.
Right, but they're not doing it. They're not doing anything illegal, correct?
No, the problem here is that they were on duty, right? When a lot of this happened.
But
situation is unacceptable. It was brought to our attention, was immediately investigated and taken upon the individuals involved. Our top priority moving forward is to rebuild the public's trust. I have full confidence in the police department's leadership team and their ability to lead the department. We will be retraining all of our employees in the rules, the regulation, and expectations set forth by the leadership. Sounds like a don't fuck your coworkers party again. Guys, you're here for the training this week. Just want to say, don't fuck your coworkers. Don't fuck your coworkers. Don't have sex at work. That's the training. So I hear he's sticking by her side. I guess they really did have an open relationship.
We showed a picture of her boyfriend or husband who she agreed that they have an open relationship and that it was okay per him. So
do you think he had a conversation like, I don't know, if you've seen Clerks,
right?
There's a scene in there where he's like, 37 dicks? Really?
I think there was
you have to suck 37 dicks. He's like, try not to suck any dick on the way out to the parking lot. Like, is he like, I know we have an open marriage, but don't you think that's a little overboard? I mean,
I think that there was a conversation definitely where he was like, yeah, I know we have an open relationship, but did you have to bang the whole force? Like, did you have to do all of them? And
did you have to bang Thomas the Train?
And there's new stuff that's coming out in terms of, well, not new, but people are kind of getting in an uproar. The fact that it is centered around her, the controversy and the scandal, when like 3 or 4 of the officers are married themselves. And
I do agree with that. I talked to a friend of mine who is in this line of work, who is a female, and she said the thing that really sucks is she wasn't the only one. And when you listen to the stories, you would think that she was the only one that participated. And she's 1/5 of the 5 people that participated in this.
5 people.
And she also said to me, being a female in this type of profession, they are going to get hired before she will, rehired somewhere else. They'll go somewhere else and she'll never get a job. That's what she thinks. I tend to agree with her because wait, what's that? This is my jam.
Fuck your coworkers.
Your coworkers.
Hey, don't fuck your coworkers.
Don't fuck your coworkers. It's true.
Fuck your coworkers. Hey, don't fuck your coworkers. Don't learn it the hard way. I learned it the hard way. Wait, I know you're wet. And he's...
Yeah, I will say I think she's getting a raw deal because, and this is how I can judge this public perception. You may disagree with my measuring stick here, no pun intended, but I will tell you that my feed, and with her coming up on it, was really only going after her, none of the dudes. And, I'm just like, all right, that kind of is pretty fucked up. Now, maybe she had listen, maybe that's her kink.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get mad at her about that. It's a free fucking country here, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, here,
but
let me ask you
the problem
this.
is it was on the job while they were doing it. So we're talking about sex, drugs, and alcohol while on the clock.
So we're talking about any job, though. So this should be the same if she worked at Walmart, if she worked at Panera Bread, if she worked...
Whoa. You don't get paid enough in these jobs now. We can't have fun.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's different because she's a police officer and did it on the job. But if she was, working at Bob's Big Boy or, Friendly's, and she was banging everybody in the kitchen, would it be okay?
Here's the thing about this. So these rules have been in place for a lot of corporations and companies I work with for years. Well, so people can't say this was cancel culture, but the one thing that someone brought up to me, in this field, a lot of people end up dating each other because they're around each other so much.
Oh, yeah.
But here's an inappropriate relationship for any business or position. If you're a supervisor, you can't be banging your subordinates, right? That's a conflict of interest right there. Especially if there's a chain of command involved.
Not supposed to be, but we all have worked at places where a manager or a supervisor has started spending extra time with one of their subordinates or one of the lower tier individuals, the workers. It happmes. And it happens more so than not because especially...
Alicia, can you come to the back?
Because whether you're male or female, there is the attraction to somebody in power. And that's the way it works.
I hear that too, but I think back in the day, especially now, it's something that like if no one hears about it at the corporate level, I really think like when you work at a big company, the people at corporate they can give a shit. They only react to stuff if it comes across and they have to react. So,
Mhm.
they'll be like, the manager, I will say, is keeping his pimp pants strong and not letting that information get out of the store, but that's that. I mean, because there's a lot of places. I mean, I've written policy. I used to work at AT&T. One of their policies was the only way you were allowed to work with someone, which I still felt kind of weird, and they could be your direct report, is if you were married.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. They probably wouldn't do that now though,
Loophole.
because yeah. I mean, all right,
Let me ask
Yeah.
you another question. So
not a good
we,
loophole.
we got this image here again of the lady and the gentleman at the bottom. Do you think it would be such an outrage, more so or less so, if it was a gentleman and it was 4 or 5 women?
I would say there'd be less outrage.
I think so too.
Absolutely,
It's
100%.
expected of the man to court
Right, and I think
multiple
it
women.
is a double standard. I feel bad for her for that situation. I don't feel bad that she's getting fired because listen, you decided to participate in this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That is just, I'm not judging her for it, but I don't feel bad for her for getting fired. I feel bad for her because I think she has to pay a heavier price than these other guys, and she's in an open relationship. The question is this cop or I'm sorry, police station a swingers party? Is everybody in a open relationship? Like, what's going on here?
Yep. Uh-huh.
And I think it is a fair point made by the other side, and I'm not gonna deny that, and it's 100% true
I don't
because
know.
you'll never hear in the workplace, oh man, did you hear about John? He banged like 10 chicks, but you might hear, did you hear about April? She banged like 12 dudes,
Yeah.
and when I hear that, I'm like, listen, I'll tell a guy like, what's the difference, guy or girl? I don't care. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't even give it any credence. Guys, you're not going to get laid if you make women feel bad about having sex. Just letting you know. Okay.
Laura in the chat room said no. I don't remember what she said no about. And Brad said, sounds like she's trying to make it a friendlier workplace.
Wow. Yeah.
Laura says, I can't believe this is news. Cops literally do terrible things every day, life-ending things, and this is what they're focusing.
Sex sells, baby. Sex sells.
Well, of course they're going to focus it. I mean, they're doing it in the cop station, in the police station.
Yeah. They're reenacting your favorite Lisa Ann scene in a jail cell.
This is huge news. Now, again, it wouldn't be news if they were working at the Little Caesars, but
yeah, I'm pretty sure gangbangs are happening at Little Caesars all the time.
Right as they make your pizza, like as they're
literally. Don't get the cinnamon sticks. That's all I gotta
tastes
say.
good, but
so the story continues.
Did they ever say? I'm gonna let you continue with the story, but did they say how it got released that this was going on? Did one of the guys have loose lips and was bragging?
No pun intended. So the 4 men were Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, and Sergeant Henry T. McGowan, while Canine Officer Larry Holliday, Patrol Officer Mark Magliacco, and Patrol Officer Gavin Shorbert were reportedly suspended. Those other ones were fired. I guess they were in presence. So the department is down nearly 12% of his officers following the scandal to Fox 17 and now employs a total of 60 sworn officers. This investigation was launched after the city's mayor received a tip that Hall was carrying out intimate relationships with male officers. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to surmise here or guess. I'm going to use the Godfrey's detective skills. And I'm going to have to say, I'm going to take a guess here. Perhaps one of these wives of these husbands caught wind of this and perhaps decided to give a tip. What do you think?
Yeah.
She caught up. She said, I'm just going to give just a tip. Just a tip. And oh, she did. And this is pure speculation on my part because it's probably an anonymous tip line, as it should be. But, the question is who would do it, right? Obviously, nobody involved in it is going to do it unless they're a sadomasochist, and I don't even think they would do it then. But, yeah, as I said, it continues. So there was a tip carrying out intimate relationships. The internal investigation released on December 28th found that the tryst took place. So I don't know what this word is, and I'm butchering it. TYRSTS. Do you know what that word is?
No,
You know how to say that?
no.
Let's pull out the thesaurus. Remember back in the day when you used to ask your parents something, like, why don't you look it up in the encyclopedia? I spent $150 on that set and you don't even use it.
Are you looking
Kids
at the
will never
screen?
know. Yeah, it's a private romantic rendezvous between lovers. So the way you pronounce it is tryst. Tryst. I never heard that word before. Have you? A romantic tryst. Weird, right?
Right.
So it was that included family members of the officers. Hall reportedly took offer. Oh wow. Okay, let me start over here. The internal investigation released on December 28th found that trysts took place at the officers' homes, hotels, and parties. One escapade was allegedly carried out during a booze-fueled hot tub party where Hall reportedly took off her top at the officer's house. That included family members of the officers. Hall was also accused of having a threesome with Magliacco and his wife. Wow, there is
Nice.
mad swinging going on.
Ah,
Hall is married herself, but allegedly told her male colleagues she was in an open marriage, according to the investigation. There were also 2 reported on-duty affairs when Hall was accused of performing oral sex on Powell and Shields at the police station and in the department's gym. These guys are living in a porn reality, and we're just slugging it along here. So Magliacco admitted to having sex with Hall on numerous occasions and accused her of also bragging about colleague Powell's big black dick.
wow.
That's a direct quote.
Direct quote, people.
So this is a difficult situation for our department and for the city. So maybe someone reported this because it sounds like the spouses were in on it too, that were just disgusted by overhearing someone talking about a big black Johnson. You're like, oh, I enjoyed that Johnson. I don't know. This is a difficult situation for our department and for the city. I'm pretty sure they're really, really broken up about it. But I want to be clear that the actions of a few do not represent this department as a whole, Chief Burrell Chip Davis said. Chip is in quotation, so I guess that's his name. Said in a statement provided to Fox News. The situation is being addressed internally with our staff. We are bringing in counselors to help our officers work through these circumstances. Really? Good, bring in counselors, and we will continue to provide the most professional protection as possible for this community. So they're going to bring in counselors. That's, I always love when they do that. It's like when Tiger Woods got caught cheating on his wife. He's like, I'm going to go to rehab for being a sex addict. Really? Is that what you're going to do? Is that what's going on? That's your problem? You're a sex addict?
How many
Yeah,
officers there were pissed off when she would call out of work?
Ah! So messed up. So
She said she's sick. Boss, get her in here now. She needs to come to work.
the police chief added the department has enough staff members to cover patrol shifts and is working to rebuild the trust of our citizens and our community.
Where did
The
the
accused-
trust go? What's up with the trust?
don't
Who's
know.
losing trust because this is what's happening?
I mean, if they take there forever, I could hear stuff like this going on now. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I called you guys to come out, but I don't know. Maybe you're caught up in a gangbang or something. But if you can you hurry up and finish and get over here? Thanks. They're gonna be. There's gonna be some people getting arrested. I could just see a drunk guy going like, "Hey, listen, don't you judge me, Mr. Gangbang." Like, you can just see-
But the funny
You
thing
know?
is, like, I showed a bunch of memes, and none of them were of the guys. The guys
Yeah.
aren't getting
I agree.
pulled across the stones.
They're not.
And
She's getting dragged, and it's not fair. I agree.
I 100% believe that if it was a guy with 5 girls that he was partying with, there would be no outrage. There would be no what the hell. There would be no the trust has been lost. It's because of the public's, the mainstream's view of how a woman should act in the workplace. It's because of the fact, 100% I believe this, 2 of the officers were black. It's 100% because of the fact that she's in an open relationship and people can't wrap their heads around that. They were all consenting adults. The only thing they did wrong was perform these acts in the police station, which for all intents and purposes is a company problem, not a public problem. I mean, you know, if you get caught,
but it's tax money. I mean, I hear you.
You get caught. No, if they were like, instead of patrolling the streets, going to a hotel for 3 hours when they were supposed to be patrolling the streets, then I get it. They were supposed to be on the streets. They were supposed to be protecting the community. But if they're in the department, and you know whatever they were doing, it didn't take an hour to do. It probably took 15 minutes, 20 at max. The amount of time it takes for a lunch break. I think taking a step back and looking at this at face value, it's not that big of a deal. The one that it is a big deal for is any of the wives that did not consent to an open relationship. Now, you said in one of the stories that one of the guy's wives joined in.
Well, obviously, I have an update to this story.
Obviously, that one wife was in on it. And again, having a good time. But
so the Tennessee cop, and this is from Daily Mail UK, who was fired for having sex with her colleagues, claimed she was in open marriage, but her park ranger husband did not agree. So yeah, fellow patrol officers, blah blah blah. So apparently he did not agree with that. Hall, who is married to Jadea Hall, is also accused of revealing her breast to a steamy family Memorial Day hot tub party. But
yes,
I'm trying to talk about. So man, this guy looks like Dudley Do Right.
It's a Memorial Day hot tub party. She showed her boobies. Ooh.
So Megan Hall is married to a park ranger, Jedediah Hall. One of the officers who claimed he and his wife were in an open relationship with Megan Hall revealed that Jedediah walked in on her and his wife kissing and wasn't on board with the relationship. Wow. Wow. So yeah. So his wife's lurid affair with her colleague. So was it affair? So she lied about an open relationship. That was a lie.
Is it?
Lies detected.
Wait a second. I don't know how much. When now you're in the public's eye with all this, everybody's getting called out. Some people might say it was a lie just to save face. I don't know. It's very sketchy. It's very weird. Again, they were doing this stuff at parties. They were doing this stuff at events. They were doing it in the police station, but they were doing it. It doesn't seem like this was a hidden thing. You know what I mean? If you're hiding stuff, you're going behind closed doors. You're keeping tight lid on it. You're not sharing it with 5 different guys and their wives and stuff like that. I don't know. It sounds fishy.
Yeah, well, it says the one officer was concerned for her health and because of how drunk she was getting at parties. It was very heavy drinking.
Brandon checks in. Is Mike good with the 5 guys as well? I mean, I have eaten there, and they do have tasty burgers, so.
Jesus. Mike's definitely good with the 5 guys. And there's so much more to this story, so we're not going to monopolize the whole show with this, but I will tell you that, listen, wow is all I got to say. Wow. We got a Tate update. The gentleman who says the Matrix is coming after him. Bullshit. But a Romanian court on Tuesday rejected the controversial social media star Andrew Tate's appeal of his 30-day detention on charges of human trafficking, organized crime, and rape, multiple outlets reported, just weeks after the dramatic arrest of the self-proclaimed misogynist. Now, you remember we talked about it on the show before. This guy just had to get back on Twitter, and they found him because he wanted to troll an activist with his pizza box. So saying, "Oh, look, I'm not recycling it," like very clever. So, um, he's got to remain in custody for 30 days, and the hearing took place in a court outside of Bucharest, and his younger brother was also arrested. So there's a lot going on. Two Romanian women alleged associates of Tate, the Tate brothers, who are in custody in the same case, were also present in the hearing. Meaning, so I think someone flipped on him. In an interview with the Romanian outlet, Gondol on Monday, Tate's lawyer, Eugene Vintage, argued that Romanian prosecutors have no evidence to support their case. He also suggested that the 36-year-old's comments on social media cannot be used as evidence, as he is simply portraying a character online that is different from the person. Now, this is where I have a problem with this guy. Listen, if that's what you want to do, and you want to play a character, fine, but don't portray it as reality. And that's what a lot of these guys do. And you take advantage of people. This guy basically has a multi-level marketing scheme going on. Anyway, we're not going to get into that, but his account still remains active on Twitter. Not like you could tweet a lot going on right there, but all I know is that you can't say the Matrix is getting you and you're making money from the Matrix, right? Doesn't really work like that.
I saw something on TikTok today where they were saying that this has been a year-long
ongoing investigation
where they had so much stuff, and they are predicting that this guy's going to be going away for 15 years.
You think it's going to be 15 years, huh?
That's what they were predicting, 15 years.
So, it could be. I mean, if I had to go with my gut check here, I would say this guy is he's a piece of shit. That's my final verdict on it. Why do I say that? Multiple testimonies from women. The way he talks online. If you're gonna say I'm just kidding, I'm playing a character. Okay, maybe you are. But the lawyers that I've seen online that have tried to break down the case and have a analyst type of view on it, really is how do I say, saying he basically told on himself, where he helped the police build a case for him or against him, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think this guy is not someone that I will want my sister dating. That's for sure. So that's where I'm going to leave it at for that.
I'm
as
actually
more
going
comes
to
out.
suggest that my sister dates him.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, maybe it will be a good journey for her. So speaking of journeys, I'm going through. I got a trainer going on a 4-month program. I'm going to try to lose 50 pounds in 4 weeks, Mike.
Oh man, is Supreme to Resurrect inspiring you? Inspiring you?
No, he is not. Myself is inspiring me. I just want my clothes to fit a little bit better. You know what I mean? So I'm going.
Trust me, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a transformation with the help of my friend, who has actually been a trainer on The Biggest Loser at one point. So he knows what he's doing.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take you guys through that journey as it unfolds, but I'm starting now. I'm in the first week is what they call observation. He's observing my habits. I'm reporting the foods I eat when I go to sleep.
Oh, I don't want to report
steps I'm taking per day.
I don't want to report the foods I eat. Jesus.
Well, you're never gonna change it. I mean, Mike's like, I don't want to reveal all the dick I've been eating.
Oh, what? It's called spotted dick.
Yeah.
It's a delicacy in the UK.
Yeah, it is an English dessert. Tracy Ullman loves it, right?
Right.
So, weight loss journey. We'll keep you guys updated on that. And we'll hit our snack for the week real quick. This right here, snack of the week.
Snack of the week.
Chili.
Pew, 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 pew. Snack of the week. Pew, pew.
Chili cheese coney Slim Jim.
And what I've heard is that Godfrey is going to swallow it whole.
No, definitely not.
That's not a thing?
No.
Oh.
No,
how far do you think you could go down on it?
This is a family show, sir. How far can you go down on it? But,
I mean, if you had to guess, can you kind of show us how far?
I don't know. I don't know about my gag reflex. It's all wieners. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could be right. I mean, It's just skin, right? Is that where you're going with
do
that?
you have a very sensitive gag reflex?
I've never really tested it out. Have you?
I have. I do not have a gag reflex.
Wow.
Yes.
I don't even want to know how you tested that out because I'm kind of scared to even ask. I mean, that's just like, yeah. I don't know what to say there. Ugh. So that's Mike every time. Oh, my gag reflex. Yeah. So we're gonna try this out.
All
If we
right.
could ever fucking open it. You know what? I'm just gonna like.
What are you gonna do?
Sometimes these Slim Jim wrappers are just like out of control, right? And we're just gonna take a pop.
They're
of
out
it
of
now.
control. Oh, this is
Yeah.
when Godfrey slits his whole entire hand.
Live. Okay.
Oh,
So chili
Those-
cheese coney. Now,
smack
found
it against your face first.
no way. No way.
Oh, he bit the tip.
I bit the tip. So I was in Five Below. I went there to grab something, and they do have some decent snacks there, some different snacks. As you know, we like to try the odd flavors on this show.
Uh-huh.
And this is supposed to be a chili cheese coney flavor. So a chili cheese coney hot dog from Sonic. I'm taking a bite of it.
So
I'm getting the
it's
chili.
a meat stick that tastes like a wiener.
Yeah,
A meat stick that
Yeah.
tastes like a wiener.
something like that.
Yeah.
I'm getting the chili. I'm not getting the cheese.
Mm. You got to go deeper.
You think so?
Yeah. You got to go deeper.
Well, that will be for my OnlyFans or my Patreon. So
You,
I don't know, man.
Have you, by the way, I not to segue into like a full-on conversation, but apparently dudes, regular old dudes, are making a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash this down with some Duff. So
Actual beer?
yeah, man, I went and got some Duff beer.
Is it really? Nice.
No, it's Duff sparkling water.
Oh, that's lame.
But I could have totally lied. So I do believe that. A friend of mine sent me a picture of this guy that he was a trainer she used to train with. And I was like, what's going on here? She sends me a picture. I'm like, why are you sending me a picture of a guy's butt cheeks? So apparently he's on OnlyFans. He's jerking his gherkin for people, showing the penis, showing the butt. No face, just all the parts, and he's making money off of it.
Yeah.
So I do believe him.
Couple of thousand to even more a week.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on a second. I'm going to put my 2 weeks in and then we'll jump. I
It makes
respectfully
you think,
resigned.
doesn't it? It makes you
I have
think.
respectfully resigned. I'm following my dreams. I mean, I believe it. There's a kink for. I mean, girls watch porn too, and you know, and it doesn't. It could be a bunch of guys. I would gather though that there's more guys watching the Only Guys fan pages than girls.
I'm
watching
sure that it is because guys are degenerates. But
Yeah.
would that matter in your mind, knowing that if you were making $20,000 a week,
Well,
or even
I just like to
$20,000 a
say,
month?
it's been said in the comment section, the deep section, if you will, that you're very popular at the Blue Oyster.
What movie is
that's
the Blue
someone from-
Oyster from?
Isn't the Police Academy?
So we keeping it in the police world.
Isn't there like an equivalent though to like Family Guy? They have what do they call it? It's like the wet clam,
clam,
or something. The
yeah.
bar. It's called the wet clam.
Something like that. The clam, the misty clam. I don't know.
Yeah, pearl necklace or something. Who knows?
Yeah, it was.
But-
Who knows? When's the last
Yeah,
time you
I mean-
watched that show? Come on. I can't even believe
It's
that's
been a
still,
long time.
It's like The Simpsons. I can't believe it's still on air and people are watching it.
I feel like The Simpsons had better quality than I feel like.
No,
Family
I've
Guy
tried to
has
watch
overall.
them. I'll every now and then go back and try and watch South Park or Family Guy or Simpsons.
Drunken Clam.
And they were only good. They were only good for like the first 5, maybe 7 years. Once you get past that, it's like, all right, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. When you're a kid, they're big. thanks, Brad. Drunken Clam is the correct answer.
There you go.
Win that. Absolutely nothing, but thank you.
Yes.
You win all the wieners.
In your face, sucker.
Yeah.
That's what the
Mike
guy said to the
loves
girl.
the wieners. In your face. Yeah, that's a little messed up, but you know.
She goes back from lunch break, wiping her mouth. I had a donut. It was a glazed
this was
donut.
in your face.
Scusi.
Miss Scusi. Yeah, I don't know. So that is our snack of the week.
Yes. Take
My
a bite
rating,
out
I'll
of it.
give it out of a 10 out of 10. Give it a 6 out of 10. It's a good attempt at a classic, but once again, you know, my favorite Slim Jim of all time was the nacho flavor, personally. They don't even make it anymore.
Most brands fail when they try to combine two flavors. Like we were talking about with the but we did taste it a little bit. There was a hint of it with the buffalo with blue cheese. The flavor was there. But most food items fail in that regard when they're trying to combine two flavors, because usually one is more overpowering than the other, and sometimes you don't taste it.
Yeah, so that is true. Speaking of overpowering, we are going to kick off Relationships 102.
Oh boy, this is when I bail out, and you do this on your own.
Why are you bailing out? Don't be a wussy.
Oh, so many reasons.
Oh yeah. Listen, some would say, you know, that's indebted, if you will. But listen, we'll. I don't even know if anybody will pick up on that subliminal, but if they do, that means they're listening. That's sweet.
Yes.
So, you know, the Howard Stern method. If they hate you, that means they're listening. So, because they want to hear what you're going to say next.
Absolutely.
Whether they like you or they don't. So it's always proven true. But with that being said, you know, I've been in the dating world off and on. I've been on plenty of these dating websites, and I always see a lot of these influencers out there that want to give guys dating tips. And, you know, some of it can be very, very useful, very good information. Some I disagree with, some I agree with. And that's the beauty of it. But I never really see guys out there, and I'm going to, you know, offer this, and maybe we'll put a clip up on TikTok and offer some dating advice to women for their profiles, right? Because guys look at these profiles too, right? And you know, the statistics are staggering out there. I heard something today. If you make 70 grand and you're not obese, so that means you're probably obese, and 5'11" or taller, that's only 1.5% of men. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah, so they're saying that in the dating world, because there's more guys on these sites than women, 80% of women are fighting over the top 15% of guys. And they said about 15% of guys are having sex with 80% of the women.
Wow.
Which would make sense when you see all these guys out there that probably haven't seen a vagina since like the first Star Wars came out. Or, you know, I mean,
what does Star Wars have to do with why they saw a vagina?
Well, you know, I just feel like maybe sometimes people live in these fantasy worlds, right? For better or worse. But the reason why I bring this up is a lot of you ladies out there are going after this top 15%. So I'm going to tell you how to go after the top 15%, since, you know, the roles are reversed. There's more of us on this site than you, but there's all of you that are on a site going after less of us, so to speak, right? And one thing I notice as a guy that looks at profiles, this is one thing you should never do. One of the top ones on my list. Never make your first picture a picture with your hottest friend. Right? And this isn't World's Waldo. We're not trying to play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego here. Right? Every picture after that, I shouldn't have to be guessing, because every picture is a group picture. Is that her? I don't know if that's her. Is it the hot chick? Is it not the hot chick? I mean, and I'm not saying you have to be ultra hot here, right? But part of it is don't make you guess. And it's natural human inclination here, right? Like, let's think about this. If you're going to buy a car, the car salesman shows you a car. Hey man, I want to spend 15 grand. This car is really nice, really good. But it's about 25. Start showing, if you're a car salesman, you're going to show them rims, show them leather. They don't really want that, and get them all hyped up and be like, but it's about $25,000. You only want to spend 15, right? Usually won't work most of the time. I'm not talking about sales tactics here. I'm just talking about being disappointed, right? And, if you're going to put your hottest friend next to you in your picture, you're setting a guy up for disappointment. Don't do that to yourself. And dudes, don't do that to yourself either. Don't put
Right.
your buddy in there that looks like Brad Pitt, you dumbasses. So I'm just saying, for the ladies, I see it all the time. All the time. Another thing I see is there shouldn't be more pictures of your animals than you. Right? Maybe if you're a crazy cat lady and you got 3+ cats, I didn't make the rules. Ease it in on us here. Don't do it right away. That guy might not know that love of his life is going to be a crazy cat lady, but don't put it in there right away. And the point of me is not saying, hey, you're bad if you're a crazy cat lady. I'm just saying there should be more pictures of you than your animals, right? Part of the reason of that is it's like, guys and girls, there's a type for everyone. And the old saying goes, there's a lid for every pot. But you want to know that person loves themselves. They're not that type of person that just loathes themselves and just has this deep insecurity they've never addressed, because that's going to come out in an ugly way, whether it's drinking, whether it's binge shopping, whatever it may be. Drugs, who knows? That's something where I want to know that you like yourself. You know what I mean? And that's a big no-no. Another thing is a lot of you ladies will say, hey, say more than hello. Now I realize you're getting a volume of these incremental messages, but I'm going to say, no, I'm not writing an essay to you before you say hello to me, because women are no different than guys. They're going to go scan that profile. Okay, he's fuckable. I'll message him. You know it's true. 9 times out of 10. Maybe there's people out there that aren't like that, but let's be honest. In the modern dating world, most people are like that. That's just the way it is. They're probably dating multiple people, and that's how it goes these days. And if you're going to ask for a book report before you've even said hello or deemed that there may be a chance for conversation, I'm passing by that. Now, remember, ladies, you're going after the top 15% of men. So a dude seeing that, and you're putting down all these precursors to even contacting you, I'm swiping away, left, right, whatever way is to get you out of here, because you're giving me all this work, all this homework, all this responsibility, and you're already stressing me out, and you've never said hello. Like, hello? Like, if it is that traumatic for you to have, we're not talking about masturbation, Brad. He said, I love myself 3 times a day. So if it's that traumatic for you to have a profile out there because you feel like you've been scorned by the dating world, I suggest a hiatus and maybe taking a break or getting off the dating websites entirely. Because, one thing as us guys that we don't like is when you have baggage from a previous relationship and the baggage is okay, but if you're making us pay the sales tax on it, that's not okay, because you haven't settled that issue and now you've brought it to my plate. Not fair, and males shouldn't do that to females as well. Or, and this applies, female, male, whatever, gay, straight, doesn't matter. It applies to it all. So, I mean, that's a major thing I noticed. Like, hey, tell me something funny. Like, what am I, a clown? Am I a jester? Like, I could sit there and write the most heartfelt message. And if you're not attracted to me, you're not going to be like, oh my God, that is amazing. That is amazing. What a message. I mean, this guy is like Shakespeare of Match.com. Like, give me a break. And it just, I've seen it over and over again. And sometimes I'll say, you know what? Let me try it out. Right? Let me follow this instruction to see if it leads to a path somewhere. And you know what? And it doesn't, because it's true. They're no different than us. But ladies, do not give a whole instruction manual on how to contact you, because if it's a guy that's part of the top 15%, so to speak, he's just going to say, Yeah, not for me. Not today. Not happening. So you'll be you know, be pushed down in the line of order there. So that's just me. And I don't think that's crazy, Mike. Do you think that's nuts? You think it's
That's
solid advice?
I think it is solid advice from D Godfrey. That's what I think it is.
It is.
I'm gonna stay
Listen.
far away.
On New Year's Eve, if you want to take it deep, you got to follow these things. All right. And that's just the way it has to go. I mean, listen, don't play yourselves. You know, have multiple pictures. You know, if you
Comment
can't
of the
have a
night.
picture, yeah. Well, if you can't have at least a couple good pictures of yourself, what are we doing here, right? Like any
Right.
responsible adult, men or women, should be able to at least have a couple pictures. And I'm not talking about. Listen, don't put up. You know, depending on the age range here, like if you're like in your late 30s, don't be putting up your high school best from Sunday, okay?
Oh,
We don't want to see your 1989, 1998, 2005 picture. No, we're not getting that. We're not trying to be nostalgic with you on the first time we meet you. We're trying. You could take us through the nostalgia later on when we talk about how fucking old we are. But I want to see the up to date picture. I want that profile picture to be more up to date than your fucking driver's license or your passport picture. And that is the truth. And people will do that. They'll try to catfish you and like, oh, this is my first profile picture. Like it's obviously from 1989. You see like someone rewinding a cassette in the background and, looking at it, or they're at a Blockbuster. Like, why is there a VHS in the background? Why do they look? Is that a Blockbuster? Yeah,
it's a
I'm just
screenshot of
saying.
their MySpace profile.
Yeah. They got their AIM name listed on the profile. Like, listen, that kind of stuff, you just have to be different about and just don't do it. Like a lot of people are tempted to do it. I've been guilty myself. I would
It
say
is tempting.
it is tempting, but I would say if you're going to be fair to the individuals that are possibly looking to meet you, your picture can be no more than a year old.
I agree.
I think that's an easy standard, right? I'm not saying you have to have model shots up there or anything like that. Also, listen, every girl looks their best at a wedding. That's all I'm going to say. So when you take weddings
Weddings are big places for people to hook up.
they are.
A lot of
When you
people
take
hook
wedding
up at
pictures,
weddings.
so yeah, you got your Sunday best on at the wedding. When you take wedding pictures, you usually look your best and put that picture up there by all means. But realize the standard that you're setting. So again, don't set someone up for disappointment. If you're setting that standard and that's not an honest picture of yourself, you're not showing honest self-evaluation. And if you want to attract someone like that, you have to live what you preach, right? Like you want someone that's honest, that's fine. You want someone that's physically fit, that's fine. Are you physically fit? Guys, same message. I'm pretty sure guys are like, oh, I know some really big dudes are like, oh, I would never date a big chick. I'm like, dude, you're big. Why wouldn't you date a big chick? You might like smaller chicks. That's fine. Maybe some girls are into a big guy. It doesn't matter. You got to find that pot that that lid for that pot. But I just find it hilarious out there. And another thing that I'm going to say to you guys is, and again, this goes for guys, but women, bathroom selfies aren't good either. When the toilet's in the background, I know how a guy's mind thinks. I'm going to ask you, Mike, we're going to test it out here. If you saw a picture on a dating profile and her picture was her taking a selfie and you saw the toilet in there in the background, are you thinking she just took a hot shit right before she did that? Come on.
I'm not thinking that. I will say that it knocks some points off of my attractiveness to her. The fact that she knew that was in the picture.
That's surprising coming from you because you do some pretty disgusting shit. So I'm surprised. But okay.
Because the last thing I want to think of is if I'm giving a woman a second glance of any way, shape, or form, is that image in my head. So, but it does knock some points off because you got that in the
you're
picture.
the one that likes to pretend that women don't poop or pee. You're that guy.
Okay. With that being said,
now I know. All right. So listen, I mean,
jackass.
Yeah. So listen, I just or the ultimate disqualification is I do not want to see selfies with your kid in the background playing with some toys or something like that.
Oh no.
Like if you have kids, no problem. Nothing against you. You get to date too. Everybody gets to date as kids. You're single, live your life. But Yeah. He says, why don't we just get it all out in the open and put up a beaver shop? Because, Brad, that's called Adult Friend Finder, not Match.com, okay?
That's called the
There's
police
sites
department
for
up the
that.
street.
Yeah. There's sites for that if you want to do that. But we're talking about real world examples. Try to help the ladies out, talk to the men that they want. And, that kind of bad bathroom selfie. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm thinking when I see a bathroom selfie, or the ultimate one that I've seen is a bathroom selfie with the kid sitting on the toilet. Like, not taking a poop, just sitting on top of the toilet, like waiting for his mom. Like, Mom, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just, just taking a selfie real quick for the website. He has no idea what's going on. But I mean, listen, be aware of your surroundings. That's
Yes.
the general message
There
here.
you go.
But with that
What-
being said,
what did we learn today? Be aware of your surroundings.
be aware of your surroundings. We'll go through a list here. Do not take profile pictures with your hottest friend sitting next to you. Be honest. If she's hotter than you, or you think she may be hotter than you, I don't need to see her in there. Because I know how guys work. You're like, wow, is that her? If it is, I hope it is. And then when you find out it's not, you're going to be disappointed. What's the other one? Bathroom selfies. No selfies with the kids in the background. We already said the most important one, which
Mhm.
was not with your hot friends.
Right.
Don't have more pictures than you of your pets. Do
Right.
not have more pet pictures of you and your pets. If you got a gerbil, a snake, 3 rats, whatever, that's cool. Show them later on. Be like, I have a lot of pets, but you don't need to show pictures of it right away. Because to me, that's just filler. And I don't want filler. I want to get to know you. So that is Relationships 102. And I hope I connected with the audience today and letting them know how to deal with this. Ladies, do you have any questions or you think I'm wrong? Feel free to fire back at me at THEEGODFREY. It's okay. I'm not always right. I love a healthy debate. You could call in and tell me what you don't want to see guys do on dating profiles. I mean, guys are pretty predictable, so I'm pretty sure, we could guess that too. But ladies, this is going to help you. This is gold. I hope you're writing this down. With that being said, this is the Godfrey, not saying goodbye, just saying take it deep.